That's a great point. Actually,
Yeah,
I wanted to mention that. So
sure.
we already know that too many cooks spoil the recipe, right? And I have been burnt myself as a LP, and I mentioned to you before with
Yeah.
couple of big celebrity syndicators.
Wow.
Before with
Yeah.
couple of big celebrity syndicators
Wow.
where they lost every penny of investors, right? So
Wow.
I highly recommend that you look into the principles for sure, their track record. And
Yeah.
one thing one of my close friend also told me, that try to run a background report on those guys.
Yeah.
I highly recommend. I learned that as well when we ran background report on one of those guys. He had filed a bankruptcy back in '97. Even that I don't want to trust.
Yeah. Wow.
So, but that was after the fact. So, lesson learned. Now, if I'm investing with someone, I'm gonna go ahead and run a background check.
Sure. Sure. It's hard-earned money. It's
Yes,
so much hard-earned money after tax dollars. You
that's
know,
the key. Yeah,
I
sweat
mean,
money.
yes, exactly. You want to deal with the right people and make sure what their communication levels are. And then, a lot of time I'm finding some of the, packets are becoming like so, what's the word? Like it's a crowdfunding kind of thing
Yes,
because so many people are getting involved. Like one deal might have 500 investors or 300 investors. That's a lot of
yes.
people.
And then
They
like
have to.
five syndicators or sponsors.
Exactly. But let's talk about, you're diversifying, which is exciting. And what markets do you like at this time? I know it's overrated markets, a lot of, heated up, a lot of big places. But then you're also into cryptocurrency and others. Share with our audience. Yeah.
Sure. So I learned when I was coming out of stock market, right? I barely do stock market now, but diversification was the word those fund managers will use all the time to try to entice us in the stock market. Oh, we are diversifying your portfolio, but you are still at the mercy of Wall Street. When the stock market corrects,
Mhm.
it corrects in its entirety. Whereas real estate is a one resilient market that if one market corrects, not the entire US corrects or not the entire world corrects. And we saw that back in 2009 when California, Phoenix, Florida were getting hit hard.
Yeah,
Texas had barely budged, right?
exactly.
And then it corrected a bit in 2011, but then it's back like I would say two to three, at least three times right now,
Roaring
right?
back, I call it.
So that's the beauty of real estate, that it's you can diversify by markets, and that's what I started doing. On top of that, you can diversify by assets, which
Yeah.
you and I are doing.
Yep.
Multifamily, you said hotel, I'm doing mobile home park, self-storage,
Yep.
assisted living, of course.
Yep.
So you have, if one sector of the industry goes down, do you think all of the sectors will go down? No, there is no way. That these people need to live somewhere.
Yeah.
If let's say housing market corrects, people have to move to multifamily, and they also are going to store their belongings because they are downsizing. Does not mean they
Totally.
want to give up on those belongings, right? So they are going to use self storage, right? So, and some people may not like multifamily, but they want their own house. Maybe they will move to nice mobile home park community,
Yeah.
right? So there is so many ways you can stay in real estate and still stay diversified, like by asset and by market.
Totally. So right about it. And that's what, most all the reports, and especially with the pandemic we went through and we are still going through a little bit, the starts have reduced. The
Yes.
new developments, people did not start. So there is a shortage of almost 9 million, I think,
Yes.
units I heard, which is going to even increase in your and my market of assisted living with so many people turning 65 and
Yep.
75 and 85, in USA and across the world. Let me ask you then, what's your thinking? I know you're an entrepreneur. So how do you set yourself for success? What's your mindset? Let me dig into that.
Oh, that's a great question. What's my mindset?
Yeah.
I am I'm okay to fail. Right. I accept that as an entrepreneur, you are not going to be successful in each and every endeavor.
Sure.
Right. So
Yeah.
be prepared to fail, but be ready to pick yourself back up and start running.
Mhm.
Right. So that has been my key. And I have failed so many. I think I have failed more times than I've succeeded.
Mhm.
But the goal is always to make sure that your success is way bigger than your failures. Right.
Yes,
And
yes.
and that's another friend I was talking to. What I have a couple of VC friends, and that's what they told me, that 98% of the times the startup they invest in fail, but the 2% is where they make sure they make 1000% of
Right.
the money, right? So that's
Yes.
the key. It's okay to fail, but it's not okay to not try.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem with a lot of W2 people and new new investors. They are always scared to try, right? They think, oh yeah, I'm gonna fail, then this will happen. Yeah, you want to make sure that you don't over leverage. You still want to, that your portfolio is a certain way allocated, that you are not over leveraged. You always make sure you have enough cash as well in the bank. But if you are not going to try, you are not going to be in the big league.
So true. So very true. I mean, the fear of failure, fear of, not finding the right time, or
Mhm.
fear of listening to all the naysayers.
Yep.
We talk about all that, right? It's just that if we do enough research, don't over analyze a lot of
Yes.
things too. That's again, but the risks are there to get great returns. But
Yes.
in real estate, the risks are less actually when the insurances are there, when the
Correct.
GPs are on the loan and the limited partners are not, on the loans or recourse loan or things like that. They are protected that way.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
so right. IT industry, you were talking about VC. I've been a pretty risk taker in my life. I actually started with my partner, Anshu, and, he started from scratch. One, company hired car from scratch and took it to NASDAQ and sold it. Now he's into his second venture, the startup, which is Cloud Defense,
Mm,
clouddefense.ai, which is cybersecurity. And I'm
very
very
nice.
excited. I'm kind of bringing him on more into the, he was on my show also. And that's from Silicon Valley, going bonkers in just 2.5 years. We got so many orders already, and we are making it bigger and bigger. I'm in the seed round with him, and we'll be going into Series A coming up, I think, in 8 or 9 months.
Oh
Or
wow,
something.
you and I need to chat about that.
So this is like
Because
one of the thing out of 1,000.
exactly,
Going to make
right?
some
So
good money.
yeah, we great minds think alike, right? Entrepreneurs are always thinking. Of course,
Yes,
real
yes.
estate is a tangible asset, and I tell people that even though I do cryptocurrencies, 50% of more than 50% of my portfolio is still real estate.
Oh,
But
okay.
but then other 50%, you wanna look at startups like this. You want to look at cryptocurrencies because blockchain is going to be the future. It does not matter. There will be naysayers here and there.
Yes.
Some cryptos will fail, like a dot-com bubble. But blockchain technology as a technology, because I come from IT and I study the technology, that was my goal.
Sure.
It's going to be the future. Sooner or later, even real estate transactions, I was looking into that, and I have a couple of friends, they are already working on it. They are building the technology blockchain so that real estate transactions can be on blockchain.
Yes.
Title companies could go extinct, if this happens, because
Yes.
everything is available. So there's
Yes.
so many uses.
You're so right about it. So right about it. And you'll be able to track
Yes.
every single asset that goes through, because it's going to be added on, and you will be able
Ex-
to have so much knowledge where everybody's checks and balances in the
Yes.
blockchain.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about it. And
You
actually,
can't cheat.
I love it. I love it. I know we talked about Bitcoin, Ethereum, USD, Terra Luna, all the ones, and our son also, Neil, who went to Berkeley, and he's a senior product manager. He's really into crypto also.
Nice.
And really researchers and everything. And, you're right. I mean, this is here to stay. I know there will be ups and downs.
Yes.
And, I mean, the markets go up and down also.
Yeah, always.
Crypto is more volatile.
Yeah, it will always be volatile, at least
Yeah.
for next 5-6 years. It's like .com in 99 and 2000. They were so volatile. All the stocks,
Yeah.
Napster, to all those.
Sure.
AOL and Alta Vista, they all went up like crazy and went down and crashed hard, right? So
Yes.
cryptos will be volatile.
Sure.
You got to stomach this volatility, right? When something is liquid, there will always be volatility. It's a new technology.